I'm your host, Welcome joining me for Rake and Recluse, Chapter 21, Lilly. For Francine's coming out ball, you've chosen to wear... I like it, powder blue picnic dress. Ooh, elegant forest green. Ooh, I mean that is old-fashioned, but... I like that one, actually the most. But we'll go with powder blue picnic. Gideon and Francine scarcely notice you, they're so terrified of Perry. I suppose it's his right to be angry. He is Francine's guardian, and it is one thing to ask for a lady's hand in marriage, but quite another to do so at her coming-out ball, and without her guardian's consent. Well, Francine, your coming out seems to have sent you right back in again. Francine laughs nervously, but Barry does not. Hell and damn giddy. Okay, then. Are you trying to ruin yourself and me? And Francine? I beg your pardon if I overlooked your concern for ruination. Gideon's eyes drift pointedly in your direction and you blush. You leave Lilly out of this. Why should I? You have not. I mustn't let them fight over this. This is a time for celebration, not brotherly squabbling. I should... This one's tough. Remind them, I have no part in this. I thought we were supposed to end the brotherly squabbling, not try and throw it off on someone else. Hey, Francine, get tossed under the bus. I'm gonna go with apologize? I guess? I'm sorry, Your Grace. You see, Perry, I should not have come. No, damn it. This has nothing to do with you. His words sting, but then Perry reaches out to take your hand. He presses a gentle kiss to your knuckles. I only mean that Gideon is trying to redirect the conversation away from his own mistakes. Perry fixes his brother with a glare the Duke's eyes. I apologize, Lily. That was unfair of me. But marriage to Francine is no mistake. No, it isn't. But perhaps we should have consulted Perry first. I must admit I was swept up in the moment. Perry smiles begrudgingly. I noticed. You must know, Perry, I would never intentionally harm your standing. I do, as a rake of the highest order. Harming my standard is my job, after all. But I ask that you two learn to restrain yourselves from here on out, at least until the wedding day. Gideon and Francine grin sheepishly. Perhaps we shall obtain a special license. Be done with the thing as soon as possible. Francine raises her eyebrows. Done with the thing. Uh-oh. Even in 19th century, they'd still up. I know you're not talking about my wedding in that cavalier manner. The Duke flushes. Certainly not. I meant no offense. I simply... Francine winks and turns to Perry. Now, if you two are done arguing over my future, I think a dance with my future brother-in-law is in order. Perry's jaw drops, but he recovers swiftly and extends his arm. I would be delighted. She has them both wrapped around her little finger. I wonder if she could teach me to do that. You technically have Perry wrapped around your finger, I'm just saying. As Perry and Francine wander back into the ballroom, you realize you've been left with Gideon. Gideon Ulrich Tumble, the Duke of Roxley, my former master, and Perry's brother. I don't know which part frightens me more. I should congratulate him. I am delighted for you and Miss Francine, Your Grace. Truly, I am. Thank you, Lily. I am delighted myself. A bit overwhelmed, I must admit. He grins at you. I think this is the first time he's met my eyes since he found out about me and Perry. Shall we return to the ballroom? He holds out his arm and slowly, trying not to weep for joy, you take him. The room is just as magnificent as when you left it. I've waited on many a ball during my service at Eildon Manor, but It all seems so much more splendid now that I'm here as a guest and not a servant. You gaze at the magnificent gowns and groomed men, the way Francine swirls with effortless grace on the dance floor. It is a gene I am missing. I know His Grace sees it. The pair of you stand in silence as the awkwardness mounts. I can't take this anymore. Your Grace, I would like you to know that it was me who propositioned Perry. It was not your brother's doing at all. Your own shock at your words is nothing to the look on Gideon's face. I mean... I want to see his face. Stay silent. You cannot bring yourself to say another word. Your mortification is so absolute. But you notice Gideon's expression changing, shifting. He no longer looks uncomfortable. Instead, he gazes at you in softness and sympathy. Lily, you have survived one of the worst trials another human being can endure. It is admirable and brave that you were able to seek out the help you needed. Well put, actually. It is your turn to look shocked. I even see why you would choose Perry to do it. Despite his bluster and reputation, and even my frustration, I know my brother quite well. I know that he is a softer soul than he seems, but... You think I am not worthy? Gideon shakes his head. It is not that. I am in love with him. The Duke's eyes go wide. I have not said it to him, because you are right, Your Grace, he is a soft soul, and I know that I am not the best for him. I should tell him I plan to leave. It would be better for me to leave. I believe I could now. I could find a young man to marry me. I would not scream at his touch or shy away at his glance. I wouldn't shudder at the thought of intimacy. And that is entirely your brother's doing. Gideon studies you closely, his expression unreadable. Your concerns are with society, then, not my brother. When you ran off from Perry at the picnic, I thought he had hurt you. I believed him incapable of the kind of care you describe. But when he found you, I began to realize... Shakes his head. His relief, his joy, his love. Nothing in his life, in society, has ever given him that. Only you. Your breath catches in your throat. Could he possibly be giving us his blessing? But I feel I must warn you about Perry's true nature. Your brow furrows. You mean his former life? No, I mean it is the nature of troubled men to find one woman who will master him. The Duke looks away from you and finds Francine's face swirling among the crowd. To find that one woman to whom he will defer, I believe that woman to be you. And if you are she, the Duke's eyes twinkle, there will be no stopping him. Your heart flutters in your throat as the weight of his words settle over you. But I could not be. I am just a servant. Do not let that deter you. Trumbull women tend to appear from the most unlikely places. He grins at Francine, catches his eye from across the dance floor. In fact, it seems to be a necessity. You're so lost in thought you do not notice Perry and Francine's return until they are upon you. If it is all the same to you, Gideon, I would like to reclaim my pet companion for a dance. Though this bloody thing is slowing me down. Perry unfastens his navy pistol and hands it to his brother, and then extends a hand to you. Will you join me, my sweet? There is no resisting that smile. You float willingly into his arms, feeling lighter than you have in months. He sweeps you along the dance floor, his movements swift and sure. Sweet Lily, how are you faring this evening? Is it too much? I should tell him that it's been difficult. I feel so out of place among these people. They're all dressed so finely, and the way they speak. I'm still trembling. But not now that you're here. I feel much better. Then I shall endeavor never to leave your side again. You giggle against his shoulder. You truly have stolen my heart. And you, mine, Perry. Unable to resist anymore, Perry guides you off the floor and into a secluded corner. You half expected him to ravish you right then and there. But not even Perry would be that bold in public. Instead, he takes your hand in his and slowly unbuttons the tiny pearls lining your glove. He raises your exposed wrist to his mouth and places a tiny kiss against the pulse. Then he pinches the tips of the fingers one by one until he has removed the glove in whole. Your heart is beating rapidly in your chest and warmth pulls low in your belly. Oh no, such a chaste act could put me in such a flutter. His thumb methodically strokes the inside of your wrist. He raises your hand again to kiss the tip of each finger. You must be some kind of sprite, sent to bewitch me. Mayhap. But I could never reveal my secrets, my lord. You watch with hooded eyes as Perry slowly smooths the glove back up your arm. He leans closer. And you have the nerve to chastise me about propriety. What? He kisses your hand. Shut up. Gideon and Francine have found you. You flush and Perry grins. At least I am in full view of the public. And that makes it all the more scandalous, I say. But Gideon, too, is smiling. In all the mayhem, I never properly congratulated Francine. As the boys are arguing, you settle up next to your friend. Miss Francine, I just wanted to say how delighted I am for you both. Thank you, Lilly. I'm glad you were here to see it. If things had been different. She casts a sideways look at Perry. You might not have been, but I will forever be grateful to Perry for that. I should ask her if she has any doubts about the betrothed? How she learned to handle Gideon. If I may ask, you and its grace have come so far. There was a time you could not speak without snapping at one another. A time? Do you mean yesterday? Francine gives you a teasing smile. She seems to understand your question without needing clarification. We are both strong-willed, that's for certain. I don't think that's likely to change, and I wouldn't want it to. Truly? We work together because we can be ourselves together. And does that make sense? You look over his shoulder at Perry. His head is thrown back in laughter. Just the sight of it brings a smile to your face. Then you freeze. Even from across the ballroom, the sight of a man hits you like a physical jolt. Those eyes. That build. Lilly, what's wrong? But you can't say it. You can only think it. It was the man who attacked me. He is here. Let me guess. Help or what? Chapter finished. Thank you for reading. I'm super thirsty. I'm trying not to drink everything I have. No, but seriously. Especially when you're doing voices and everything. I mean, think about this. We've done 3 days consecutive, full, like, voices and everything, and on top of everything else I do. So, yeah, it's quite, thirsty work, is one of the best way to put it. So, y'all did enjoy the video. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Head down the description below. Links to social media or Discord and a few links to support me and my content. I do apologize about this being, about a day late. Basically, the internet went out yesterday morning for about 8+ hours. I would have had this up, but unfortunately I never got to. And then Choices came out. I had no sleep. I needed to crash. And I only got about 3 hours sleep last night because here I am, up this morning, bright and early, working on Rake and Recluse. So with that being said, looks like it says the release is finished. So I'm guessing these next 6 chapters will be it. That's kind of saddening. Well, 7, technically, but... I digress. With that being said, I hope y'all did enjoy, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.